While your chicken casserole is cooking, I'm gonna make a grain-free, sugar-free chocolate chip cookie recipe. We are going to add in 3 cups of almond flour. Which I'm actually only gonna do 2 cups. Just to make a little bit of a smaller batch. It's only me and my mom right now. But if you have more people, you want to make a larger batch, go for the 3 cups. So you can do a 1/2 cup of softened butter. I always use organic grass-fed butter. I'm actually going to substitute that and I'm going to do only coconut oil. So it typically calls for 1/2 cup of softened butter and 1/4 cup of coconut oil. But I am going to do about 3/4 cup of coconut oil. Also, if you have ghee butter, that's really good to use as well. Coconut oil is so good for you and it's so good to bake with. It's a healthier oil. It has a higher smoke point for baking. Now I'm going to do 2 teaspoons of vanilla. So this is pure vanilla extract. I think it's because you have to measure, like I feel like you need to measure this stuff because otherwise it's not going to come out as good if I weren't to measure it. And I'm normally just a free-for-all, freehand, eyeball it type of a cook. So now I'm gonna add in 2 eggs, organic eggs. These are fresh from the chickens that we have here. I wouldn't say I live on a farm, but I live on 5 acres of land. So there's some woods, we have chickens, goats. A teaspoon of salt. So I always use pink Himalayan sea salt. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. Bob's Red Mill is coming in clutch today with the baking soda. It's a really good brand. And 3/4 cup of sweetener. That's kind of a lot of sweetener for me. I don't normally put even the Swerve monk fruit sweetener, xylitol. I don't even put that much of sweetener into my normal day-to-day things, so I'm probably only gonna eyeball this. For 1 1/4 cup of chocolate chips, and then 2/4 cups of nuts. I'm gonna add in some organic raw cashews. Instead of the chocolate chips, I'm gonna use this cacao powder, which is a superfood. So it's just the same as chocolate. It's got a bunch of antioxidants, purest form. I'm gonna do about 1.5 spoons to start with, and if I feel like I need to add a little bit more, I will, but this stuff is pretty strong, so you don't wanna add too much. I'll go ahead and add in a few cashews, maybe just break them in half a little bit so it's chopped up. I also have some organic unsweetened coconut flakes. And I'm thinking I'm gonna add those in, but I'm gonna wait until I stir it up and then I'm gonna decide. So you can really get creative with this recipe, make it your own. Coconut flakes are super good for you, healthy fats. Started this whole new lifestyle of grain-free, organic, sugar-free. It was really hard because I felt like I couldn't eat any desserts. This is one of my first recipes. I even have a video on here with my sister, my first video, making chocolate chip cookies. And that day, I was disappointed because I did not enjoy them. They were not the typical chocolate chip cookies that I was used to eating. And I was really upset, feeling like I'd never get to eat sweets and that I wouldn't like the sweets. But over time, you really do adapt to them. And I think as you become cleaner and your eating habits are cleaner and you really cut out a lot of the sugar, that you realize even an apple is a lot of sugar for you, and that these things start to taste really good, so much better. And now I like love these, and I couldn't imagine eating a normal cookie. So I'm definitely gonna throw in some coconut flakes here. Just gonna do a couple handfuls. Okay, so this is done. That's what it looks like. It's a really good batter. It's the right consistency here. And so I'm going to put these on a baking sheet that I lined with parchment paper, and I'm gonna just pop them in the oven after my casserole at 400 degrees. Just make sure to keep an eye on them until they become crispy and brown. That's when you wanna pull them out. These I want to bring you guys a little bit closer at a different angle so you can watch me put these together. So I have my baking sheet with parchment paper. They're a bit sticky, so you don't want to play around with them too much. You can just plop them on like this into little balls. I finished plating up all of the chocolate chip cookies, so here they are. So I just pulled my chocolate chip cookies out of the oven. They crisped up really well. You can see how they turned really brown. That's also from that cacao powder. They look really good. They were only in there for about 10 or 15 minutes, and so they look amazing. I'm so excited to try one, but I am gonna let them cool for a few minutes before I eat them. So leave me a comment if you try out this recipe and what you think. This is a great grain-free, sugar-free sweet. It's also very keto friendly, and so I hope you guys enjoy them. If you like this video, please leave me a comment, subscribe to this channel for more recipes and more me, and thank you guys for watching.